Melbourne might still be in lockdown, but its citizens are on the move.
After 220 odd days of lockdown, we're over it, and compliance is falling. Mobility's higher now than it was in previous lockdowns.
Some roads that were almost deserted during last year's lockdown are now bustling.
This year, where we've had so much time in lockdown, those mental health impacts are becoming greater and affecting us. It is probably causing people to spend more time outside and perhaps break the rules, for want of a better expression.
Mobility data from Melbourne University shows an increase of over 10% in this lockdown compared to the same time last year. While Premier Daniel Andrews is set to outline the full roadmap out of restrictions on Sunday, today he offered some respite, with small outdoor gatherings for vaccinated Victorians, private real estate inspections and a 10-kilometre travel limit all given the green light.
We're not overselling it. They are modest changes, but they are significant.
While the easing of restrictions has been welcomed, some businesses say it doesn't go far enough. Grocer ROSA ANSALDO says she's lost 60% of her revenue due to lockdowns, and the 10-kilometre travel limit won't make a huge difference.
Most of our customers, they come from further out. They bring cars, they buy in bulk. For me personally, it's been emotionally stressful, it's been physically stressful, it's been financially stressful. It's extremely hard to get up at 2:30 in the morning to know you're going to come to work, do all your work and absolutely earn nothing.
Of course, you'd always like to do more, but we have more cases today than we've had for a very long time. We've got more people in hospital than we've had for a very long time, and we have to balance this out.
With over 500 new COVID cases in the state today, experts predict Sunday's major reopening strategy to be just as measured.
I suspect the immediate relaxations will be very modest, because until we start to bend the curve, we don't have much headroom to move. A decent roadmap should not only consider the vaccine coverage, but how high your infections are and whether they're going up or down at the time.
Victoria's opposition has released its own roadmap calling for an end to curfews and for Year 11 and 12 students to return to the classroom.
There is huge frustration in our community, and it's growing. I ask people, don't go to protests, don't break the law, but I do ask the government to please give Victorians some hope. We can't keep going on with no hope.
Melburnians have endured the toughest lockdown in the country and one of the world's longest. And as calls grow to ease restrictions, so too have concerns about the impact of lockdowns, especially on children. New research out this week by the Murdoch Children's Research Institute confirms that while even the Delta strain of COVID rarely causes serious illness in children and adolescents, the main risks to their health at the moment is the indirect effects on mental health, well-being and education, which are worsened by continued lockdowns and school closures. Melbourne mother Gwen Sams is hopeful that the reopening roadmap will set a clear date for schools to go back after 18 months of on-again, off-again lockdowns.
The days are very long, the nights are short, and it's definitely starting to change the relationship with my kids as well. I didn't want to teach them, they don't want me to teach them. So it's starting to become a point of I'm choosing our happiness over choosing to do all the schoolwork that the school would prefer we did, to be honest with you.
Gwen says she's struggling to keep up with the demands of working from home and teaching her young children.
I have a 7-year-old with ADHD, which means getting him to focus is extremely difficult. He will probably get up from the table 5 times in every 20 minutes.
But not everyone has welcomed the announcement, with the Australian Medical Association calling for restrictions to stay in place until 2 weeks after 80% of eligible people are fully vaccinated. That's tipped to be November at the earliest. And even then, some experts say extra measures will still be needed.
We need to have other tools that mean that we don't need to solely rely on lockdowns, and they include better quality and quantity of masking. Same old, but more to do there. Mass rapid antigen testing. In Victoria, it's more about the next couple of weeks. We really want to turn that curve around so then that we can contemplate some of the relaxations that we can do once we create that headroom.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.